Alright, I'm going to share a few Did You Know segments before we dive in. Please bear with me for a moment. I promise it'll get interesting. A long time ago, government made a laws to stop Asian people from coming to America. In 1882, a law said Chinese people could not enter. Later, in 1924, they tried to stop almost all Asians from moving here. They wanted to keep country from changing. And many people back then were afraid of Asians. They called them the yellow peril. They thought Asians would take all the jobs or change the American way of life. Because of this fear, Asians were often treated like they don't belong. I hate to say this, but it sounds a lot like something that we're very familiar with. Now, during the World War II, government was afraid of Japanese Americans. Even though many were US citizens, the government forced 120,000 of them to leave their homes. They had to live in camps behind barbed wire for years. They lost their houses and their businesses. Again, this story reminds me of something that we're very familiar with. In 1982, a man named Vincent Chin was killed by two men who were angry about losing their jobs. They blamed him just because he looked Asian. The man never went to jail. This made the Asian community stand up and fight for their rights together. Even though the segregation ended a long time ago, Asians still felt like second or even third class citizens. Sadly, many still feel that way today. Now that we had a brief history lesson, let's talk about what's happening now. Now, people often say Asians are the model of minority. It sounds like a compliment, but it can be a bad thing. Makes people think Asians don't have problems or don't need any help. It hides the fact that many Asian families struggle with money or safety. I have friends on disability or welfare who are struggling. I don't even have to look that far. I can just look in the mirror. Yep, I'm one of them who's quite frankly struggling at this point. Honestly, my income is probably lower than many of you guys watching right now. Many Asians have good jobs, but they hit a bamboo ceiling. They get hired for the work, but they rarely get promoted to be the boss. People think we are good at math, but not good at leading. I love this country, it's my home. I truly believe the US is one of the least racist countries in the world. But as a Korean American, I still face a lot of ignorance. I'm sharing this because I don't want to attack anyone. I just want people to understand how their actions feel from my side. Even in 2026, I get the same old questions. People ask, "Where are you from?" And I say, "Korea." Then they ask, "What part of China is that?" People watch K drama and listen to K pop, but still don't know that creates its own country. They usually laugh and say, "It's the same thing. You all speak Chinese anyway." It's a bit sad that people think this way. I tell people my name is Kevin. They chuckle and ask, "No, what's your real name?" It makes you feel like you don't truly belong here, even if you were raised here. Next time someone asks what my name is, I might just tell them that my name is Dim Sum or something. Now, if you're my old subscribers who's watching this right now, you guys probably know about this, but if you're a new subscribers or, just new to my channel, it might surprise you, but, I love rap music. When I was young, my friends and I would, listen to hip hop group like Wu-Tang Clan in the parking lot. Sometimes, guys will come over and act tough and they'll ask like stuff like,
What you know about Wu-Tang, son?
very offensive way. You know what I mean? They're not here to be friends. You know that vibe. You know what I'm talking about, right? It made us feel like we weren't allowed to like that type of music. You could retaliate or talk back or whatnot, but that always leads to violence, right? So what we would do is just turn down the music and just be quiet or just leave the premises. So basically, we couldn't even enjoy our favorite songs in the public without being picked on. Now, does this happen all the time? I'm not saying that, but it does happen. I'm sharing these stories not to complain, but start a conversation. Things are better than they used to be, but we still have a long way to go. My biggest hope is for my kids. I want them to grow up feeling proud of who they are. I want them to know that being Asian and being American aren't two different things. They are both part of who they are. Let me know in the comments. Let's support each other and keep building a home where everyone feels like they truly belong. Thanks for watching Peach and Kimchi, and I'll see you in the next one.